so many people out there that tune into these shows, especially under spirituality. But like Nathaniel said, he surfs different radio shows when they're up if he feels like it, and he may or may not participate. But I plugged him on. Now, not everybody may plug him on, But do you think that he became I put him on the spot by turning him on, or he wasn't expecting to be part of the show? But he said he acted like he was calling in for a particular reason, he just expected that we would do readings today. I didn't put that in the description.
Well,
but you sensed that I sensed, of course, anybody could listening to him, he was willing, but it's like he came in wanting a reading. And that is constant for 8 years under spirituality. They just expect if they're under spirituality that's strictly going to be about readings. I mean, give me your impression of Nathaniel and just your impression, because we love everybody, and I don't really want to judge, but when they call in, it's like they want to be judged. Yeah, go ahead. I'm a mute. Go ahead.
You and me do different things in different ways. A lot of people, like when he came on, he told us a lot. He told us what he is about and everything. When you put him on a spot and say, well, I want to know if you brush your teeth tonight or something, they don't want to talk about that. I mean, the further you go into a person's personality and character and all that, a lot of people don't like to expose that. He gave us incredible knowledge of what he does and who he is and what he can do, meaning he's incredibly smart, knowledgeable, and probably has the gift to be able to read super fast and everything else along with it. But he did want a reading. I mean, that's obvious. Called in at the wrong time, but he heard. She just left when she gave him a quick synopsis and left. But if he's really interested, he'll call back Thursday. And he might. We'll see. But trying to judge people, like, I only judge people by after they state their experience and how important to reality is it and things like that. So for him, we have to have him come on and talk and do what he does. But by what he does, we would learn who he is, without him saying, well, I'm married, I have children, and I do this. I mean, you and me, we did this show for a long time, and we want people to know who we are and everything. But him, he just would want to be a person out there doing the readings for somebody. And I'm sure he's not going to want to ask about how many children they have and all that. He's going to tell them what he wants them to know. The signs are pretty important, but they also are just limited to this level of awareness. And people can't judge another person's spirituality by the average movements that we do in a day, how we go about, where we work, and how we get there, what we drive, what we live in, and things like that. All those little things point to who and what you are. I mean, a victim of situation, a victim of starvation, and all those things. You don't need anybody to tell you what they are or who they are, but just look at them. I mean, they say you can't judge a book by the cover, but you can understand a lot about the book. I mean, it has a cover, and it's there for a reason, so you can understand a lot about it. We can't be too pushy. TJ, I know you want everybody on the show and stuff. We can't keep saying it to them because then they think we're really trying to push them to come on our show. We should just leave it open for people. If you like what you hear, become a part of it. And say, we can use you on. You don't want to be pushed into doing something. Very few people like the idea of that unless you get paid for it. I mean, if we paid him, say, hey, look, we'll give you a show, we'll pay you $50 an hour. He might think different. Some people would think different totally of that right away. But people calling in, and he might have heard her talking about me, so he wanted to hear what she would have to say about him. So
it might be. Yeah, we give off our own, but this is a platform I offer folks, and I do offer readings, and people do know me as a psychic reader or cosmos commander or however you want to look at me or call me. I say don't call me late for dinner. But I do tend to have certain days for certain things, so I don't think that's a bad thing. But this is more like a future spiritual church, and Tommy is one of our Universal Life ministers. And I guess I've sort of gotten used to Sundays being more of us But it's like, I guess, in one of the evangelistic shows on TV, if we were live, audio and video, not just audio, would be I may have called him up to the stage and done heal, put my hands on him or something,
right.
do some Reiki,
Exactly.
I don't know. So this is the new way we do online, and I feel distance from people. I don't mean to offend anybody if I don't give them what they need, because like you said, he wanted a reading, and I didn't feel like I wanted to give him a reading, so I apologize, but it just didn't. See, this is because I'm creating this platform, and I have different days for different things. I don't think that's a bad thing, but maybe I should put in there. I don't know, but I think it's just assumed that if you call into spirituality on Blog Talk, that it's all about that. But this is about educational, spiritual involvement and growth. But I just said Ascension Center Organization is a spiritual community. We share American Communications Online, and we're sponsored by Teresa J. Morris Ministries, Gulf Breeze, Florida, which I have a license to do that. But I say we're citizen journalists, and we share the Ascension Center in Florida and Hawaii. Now, I'm in Florida, and Tommy's in Hawaii. But we began as Universal Life pastors, and I put that on here through Modesto, California. And now we have a California person willing to show up even for a little while on Sundays. So we have different people around the world and in different states, and I have just so you know, Ralph Rodahage, I don't know if you remember him, Tommy, in our ACO, but we have people, but they're not recognized here. And Nathaniel was recognized, and that's good. So maybe he will, and maybe he won't. But I didn't mean. I've heard, and now, folks, you can get used to in the radio waves hearing voice intonation and in emotional intelligence, which we're going to help for self and others, and ourself and our other. I felt that he felt hurt at me. Did you feel the hurt? Like I insulted him? Did you hear that intonation? You did?
Yes.
So you can tell by voices too, then, can't you? We don't talk about what you do much about your voice and intonation. And she assumes you were a psychic, Tommy, because you've worked with them for so long, plus you are here with me. So, the loudness, folks, the sound, the emotions, and when we see you, we can tell by body position, personal motion. But, Tommy and was talking about hypnosis, and a lot of us got into the motivational state in the positive ways of helping other humans. But a part of it is experience, and I guess I'm very happy when I hear a new person emotionally, but the tone scale of anxiety and disappointment and hurt, us here, we hear your voice. And if you work with us, you can hear the fear or the anxiety or the grief, or people just wanting to hear about themselves. And this is a platform for that. And believe it or not, through the years, since I've been here for 8 years, it's gotten to be very well known for readers, Tommy. You know what I mean? This particular platform, Blog Talk. And I found that interesting. They have spirituality, but paranormal, I also have a paranormal community. And, Tommy, I do the best I can. I didn't put metaphysicians on here, but I guess, I did in that email I sent to Suzanne. I sent it to a lot of people, including Janet. But Suzanne and Nathaniel are the only ones that showed up. But I didn't send it to Nathaniel. I didn't know Nathaniel. But so we don't know each other, but that's okay. I've never met Tommy, and I've never met Suzanne.
It goes online saying that it's live, and he says, maybe let me listen to a live show, and he started listening.
Yeah, exactly. Like he says, he surfs around. Well, here's somebody. I'm just going to turn them on, folks. Let's say 826, do you want to join us for a moment? Help us out here.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, what's your name?
Rosemaria.
Hi, Rosemaria. How are you?
I'm doing good.
You're really going to stick with us. Do you just love Blog Talk, or what's up? Tell me the history of how you wound back up here. She came on Thursday with Suzanne and me, Tommy. She's going through some medical stuff, but I asked her to sort of stick around, and she really did. So, Rosemaria, this is Tommy. He's been with me for 8 years, and he's a wonderful soul. Wow. Well, what's up for you, Rosemaria? Are you just learning more, or what's up today?
Pretty much. I was surfing some Blog Talk today and got a little bored, but getting a little bit better. I had a meltdown the other night, so all good.
Oh.
I guess now.
Oh, you had a meltdown? Seriously? You think because of your operation?
That stuff and everything else and life and what's going on now, so I guess.
I think life is affecting a lot of.
Yeah. Well, Rosemary, let me mute because but you can come back Thursday and be a part of us. But, Tommy, I was telling you that we need to be a spiritual community to help people get out of the depression of what all we're going through, because everybody sinks, folks, even me. We're ebb and wave. So we have to support each other, even people. Nathaniel has a gift, but he wants support, but we'll try to bring you on and find out what's going on and all help each other. But Rosemary, let Tommy talk to you. He's one of our Universal Life ministers. But, today we're just visiting. We're not really doing readings, but we can support each other. So, but just tell him a little about you and how we can get you involved. And she's going to go to work probably for the government again, but she's real educated, and she's been in the Navy like I have. I didn't ask you how many years, but I'd like to list you as one of our veterans, and I appreciate your service. How many years were you overseas, Rosemary, as a veteran?
In and out, so that's 15, 20 years.
My goodness, girl! Do you think were you able to retire in the Navy, or you just got out?
I just work with them side by side, so I want to go back working with them, so pretty much.
Awesome. Well, let you get to know Tommy. Tommy, Rosemary, let's see, I don't even know where you're located.
In New Jersey.
Where are you, Rosemary? New Jersey.
Right
well, he's from New Jersey, so you don't have a New Jersey accent. Well, Tommy, she's from your old home state. Tommy was born there. So, Tommy, I'll get off, but visit with her. We got about 15, 16 minutes left. But see if you can bring Rosemary into our little community. I'm a mute, Tommy.
Okay. Greetings. I'm in the Big Island of Hawaii. I grew up in Jersey. I spent most of my life there. And I lived basically almost every part of it between Jersey City, North Bergen, Union City, West New York, Fort Lee, down the shore, closer to Seaside. So I pretty much moved around a lot. But I stayed basically in North Bergen for like my whole childhood. I like Jersey. I mean, people put it down. I mean, Trenton, New Jersey is pretty bad. But which part did you grow up in?
South Jersey. You're 10 minutes away from Philadelphia, Center City.
That's probably a better part of the mid to down to southern Jersey. But northern Jersey is beautiful as well. But I worked there up until I was 45. So I moved to Hawaii about 20 years ago, and I'm still having a hard time here. It's so different. And, I mean, I also heard how beautiful it was, how this, that, and the other thing. When you get here, you realize there's a lot of things that are different. So if I was with my partner, I mean, I don't mind. And if anything happened to her, I don't think I'd stay here. I think I'd pretty much leave Hawaii. But so can you talk about what you do with the Army, Navy, or not?
Basics, like I do the surveillances and systems and stuff like that for them.
All right. Well, I mean, you stuck it out for a long time. I almost went in. I enlisted, and then I met my first wife, and I decided I didn't want to go in. I had peptic ulcers at the time, and then they said they didn't want me, so I got out. But the year I was trying to enlist, I was having problems with my family, and I wanted